Blades and Sorcery is a new VR title developed by this legend, Cosby. It's basically the VR game you want if you want to relive Skyrim in a better VR game than the one Bethesda has pawned off on us. Unlike other VR games in this genre, like Tales of Glory, there's a character customization feature. Kinda pointless in VR, but hey, how long do you spend in Skyrim making a character just to play in first person? This has a very Skyrim feel to it, with loads of details that I had really fun playing with to get the character that I didn't want. The game is described as a physics-based RPG fighter simulator. And by that, I mean that the weapons actually have weight. Unlike in Beat Saber, where your swords travel as fast as you can swing them, these weapons have lag on them depending on how you move. So a knife won't have that much lag, because its mass is a lot less, but the greatsword, which you need two hands to use, is now impossible to use with one hand. All of the weapons collide with each other, having it simple to hang an axe head on a sword or a knife through your saber guard. A lot of the other beta testers like me found this very useful for pulling down the enemy shield so you can stab them in the throat with a knife or something. In the game you have a choice of two maps right now. You have the arena and you have the ruins. Each one there's like a sort of different kind of enemy. In the arena you're fighting just the bandits, but in the other map you're also fighting cultists and you also have friends. With these you can mash up different things, so in the special rounds you can go cults versus bandits, so it's two teams and you have to fight both of them at once whilst they're fighting each other. There's also cultists versus friends, which is pretty self-explanatory for a team deathmatch-esque feel. Here are the current weapons in the games. Knives. These are pretty much the favourite for weapons between the beta testers that I've spoken to. They're throwable, they have reverse grips, and for some reason a lot of them seem to be used by enemies who use this with a shield instead of a sword for some reason. It's also really fun for just stabbing people in general, because they always seem to go into the head really nicely compared to stuff like the sword, which doesn't want to go into the head but would be perfect for going to the gut. The sword is fun to use, but mainly for the movie aspect. You can't behead anybody, unfortunately, at this point, but this is subject to change according to the developer for the early access in the winter. I have found, however, that it's quite fun to stab somebody with the sword through the back, because you can lift them up with it if you can use your magic just right. The hatchet, or the axe in this case, makes you feel like a proper Viking. It's great for pulling down shields, and is amazing at one-shot kills on heads, and it can also be thrown pretty accurately. The bow and arrow is really intuitive. The quiver only has 12 arrows, but you can pick arrows up off the ground and put them back in your quiver, as well as pull them out of people's quivers and pull them out of the dead bodies that strew the floor. Some people found it hard to take off the quiver once it's attached to their shoulder, but I was alright though. I let my dad play Blade and Sorcery and they beat someone to death just with the quiver. The interesting thing about the arrows is that they have two different grab points. One at the end, which is how you attach it to the bow so you can shoot it, and one in the middle, which you can pull out to somebody or even stab somebody with it. And in the unfortunate case, you get shot straight in the face and it's covering your camera. The Falcon isn't my favourite weapon. It's got lots of power, but I don't really use it that much, to be honest. It's a bit slow for me. Great for stabbing people, and it normally has a better slash damage than all of the other ones. The shield is really useful for blocking arrows. Unfortunately, it doesn't have any pushback, so bashing an enemy backwards doesn't work like it does with some other games. The two-handed weapons, the greatsword and the baradiche. These two-handed weapons are slow to handle, but if you can angle them right, you can get some really cool combos. I managed to get both rotating at the same time with magic to kill some mobs in the middle, stuff like a weird meat grinder for mobs. The spear is really fun to combo with the shield to stab over them, and even throw your spear onto them. Makes you feel like one of the Spartans from 300. The magic in Blades is really intuitive. You use the magic wheel to select which elemental magic you're going to use. Unfortunately right now there's only one, which is lightning. It's really intuitive to use. You just point your hand at wherever you want to go and just zap them. The thing is, they can block it with their weapons and their shields and whatnot, and it clings to metal and it clings to the environment. It's really clever. And when you get it to actually attack them, you can see them spasming out of the ground for a bit before they actually die a very slow and painful death. But just don't scratch your head whilst you're doing it, because I managed to zap myself, and that's really weird when you do that. You also have Telekinesis, which is how you can pick up objects using magic. So you can pull it towards you, you can push it away, you can make it spin, you can make it rotate, and you make it fly around and kill people. It's really clever, and this doesn't just work with props in the environment like barrels and bricks on the ruins map, but it also works with weapons. So you can end up throwing knives at other people without even having to touch them. It's really useful when you're in a jam and you just need to get the extra weapons that you can defend yourself with. You can also slow down time, which is great for an arcade, killer, slash and attack sort of game like this, because it reminds you of that super hot vibe that everybody loves when you play VR. It means you can duck that arrow that's coming towards you at Mach 10, jump and throw 2 knives at 2 different people, and manage to kill them both instantly. Overall, the game has a really good vibe, and it's really fun to go in and kill some enemies and leave. It's a high definition version of Gorn with more realism. The animations remind me a lot of Skyrim, although I think that they may be the exact same animations. You tell me. Thanks for watching, guys, hope you enjoyed the video. I'll leave the link for the Steam page and the Discord down in the description. Like and subscribe if you feel like it, and I'll see you guys next time.